You only thought we were done with the collection, didn't you? Now before we move on to the upper floors of the Tower of Spirits, there's several things we can do in the lower floors here that we cleared earlier. Now some of these things are only accessible if you grab the bomb bag that I purchased from Beetle in the last video. So if you have that, you will have all the stuff available. If you didn't grab that, then only some of these things will be available. On the first floor, collect the tears like usual, and in passing, use the boomerang to hit the crystal switch in the far top left corner of the map, creating a chest to the north. Now that we have the boomerang, something cool you can do is to use it to hit our armor-clad companion. It's rather humorous, but don't do it when you're low on health. Back to serious stuff. Now, you may have seen this chest up here, but they aren't too specific about it. Now, Zelda does point it out, but she only does that when you specifically make her walk over there. She has to be really close to it, so it seems kind of redundant to me, because you wouldn't be putting her there unless you suspected the solution, you know what I mean? Anyway, use the whirlwind to blow her over to the other side, and then have her step on the switch to create a bridge. Now, don't run off just yet. You can go the long way around if you want, but there's more treasure we can get. Have Zelda walk off the ledge here, then hop on her shield, and then have her move to the platform just to the south and hop off her shield onto the upper platform to get a treasure chest. Next, we have a nearby wall to blow up with bombs, and you can do this and hide from the Phantom when it comes to investigate, but I like to just kill it and get out of the way entirely. Alright, so that's everything on this floor, so enter the next room and use the blue portal to return to the entrance. Then work your way to the second set of floors of the tower to get even more treasure. So this room is pretty much the same as last time. Get the tears, get the Phantom, and get through the lava. So here you can use the boomerang to kill the keys rather than the whirlwind. It's just a little bit faster and more likely to actually work, so that's nice. And you might as well do it as long as we're waiting for Zelda anyway, so we can kill that enemy and get it out of the way. Now be sure to snag the chest that is in the bottom left corner of this lava area if you haven't done that already. Now you may have explored this little area here before, but you would have quickly realized that we couldn't do anything with it at the time. You want to have Zelda stand on this middle raised platform while standing on her shield, and then you can use the boomerang to hit the crystal switch that's on the other side of this upper wall. This opens the door to the right, and we have 3 different things we need to do here, and you can do them in any order, but this set of stairs right here is by far the most dangerous, and we'll probably get some recovery hearts after this, so that's why I'm going to do this one first. This is going to be a little more challenging than the last time we fought one of these, I suppose. First off, I recommend calling Zelda and having her follow you. Once she's standing pretty close to one of them, have her attack. This way you're not having to draw a line super far to connect her to them, as opposed to just having her stand there and then they'll probably be like on the opposite side of the screen. So anyway, just makes it a little bit easier and faster. Now because these guys often bunch together, it's kind of hard to keep them separated and take them one at a time, so you'll probably end up getting hit unless you abandon attacking the one and running away, or you can also hit the other one to interrupt its swing. Now you're still losing your potential hits on the one you were attacking, but this way you're not going to get hurt. And here I was just trying to take one out as soon as possible, so that one by itself is not a problem, but having two at a time is kind of a pain, so I just kind of took the hits and then attacked only one to kill it really fast. After they're both defeated, you'll get oodles of tasty treasure. That's right, folks. It's a delicacy in these parts. Savor it. After you've gathered it all, then go back down the stairs and head right. Alright, so here you need to hop down, and you'll see why in just a moment. Have Zelda walk to the north while you take the bottom path, and you can have her stand at each individual flame too if you need more time to get past. I'm just going to run right through with her. Now notice how this middle flame is passing over both of us, and that means that you can't ride her shield through here because you'll get knocked off by the flame. Now at this point you need to either blow up the wall to the north, or you can go down the stairs to the south. Taking the stairs first is a little more efficient, so I'm going to go that way first, and I'll explain that in a moment. Another gap. Now if you remember a few floors down, we had a very similar puzzle. You want to blow Zelda over to the other side using the whirlwind, and then have her step on the switch. This lights a torch. I'm going to use the torch to light the other torch on the other side in order to get across. Now this one's a little vague. You want to press your item button and hold down the L or R button and then tap on Zelda, not on the floor. This will give her an unlit bomb, which she can then carry over the flames. Now I think this is not very intuitive. I mean, it makes sense, kind of, but we were never told we could actually toss an item to her. Up until now, we've had her walk directly into things to interact with them, so its kind of natural conclusion is throw the bomb on the ground and have her interact with it. Except that's wrong. Okay, I'm done whining. So real quick, before we move on, I do just want to point out another little Zelda prank, kind of like the boomerang thing. I also find this kind of funny. You can use the whirlwind to blow her into the abyss, and she yells. I find that funny. Her screams and such are so silly. There's so much character there, you know? It's just... yeah. Ironically enough, even though Zelda games specifically don't have voice acting for stuff the characters say, the development team has said repeatedly that they always hire voice actors for all these little grunts and stuff that the characters make, because even for simple stuff like that, it really makes a huge difference in the overall presentation. It's very noticeable if you hire an amateur to do something like that rather than somebody who actually does it as a profession. Kind of ironic, somebody who professionally makes silly sounds. But anyway, it's very important, and oftentimes we as players take little things like that for granted. We have no idea that it's actually kind of a big deal, that they actually paid a lot of money to have somebody just say, yeah! Now, these little things actually really give you a presentation that's just so different, and without them, these games would have a very different feel to them. So back up the stairs, you want to toss a bomb at the north wall here, and I like to do this last because we have to wait for Zelda to catch up anyway, and since we have to wait for a bomb too, might as well do them both at the same time. That's right, people, I did it this way to shave off about 2 seconds, because that's how I roll. Like a wheel. A big one. So that's all the treasure we can get on the previous floors of the Tower of Spirits. Next, either go back through the lava and then down a floor and then return to the spiral staircase, or go to the far left and up the stairs and then all the way around to the rail map room so that you can warp back to the beginning of the tower using that blue portal. So I'm just going to skip all that footage since it's kind of self-explanatory. I'm going to head to the highest point of the tower and then join me for the next video where I will show you how to tackle the top floors.